Tonight, Toronto District School Board staff under investigation on allegations of anti-black racism. The elementary school allegedly locked up a 6-year-old for 30 minutes in what is being described as a cabinet-sized room. And an explosion rocks a 5-story office building in Dhaka, Bangladesh, killing at least 15 and injuring 140. It is yet another industrial disaster that the country often faces. Deaf Muslims of Canada is an organisation teaching Muslims about Islam through sign language. They are helping parents communicate with their deaf children by holding classes and workshops. Assalamu alaikum and good evening. This is Muslim News Canada on Muslim Network TV. I am Catherine Bullock. 3 staff members of a Toronto school are under investigation for allegedly confining a 6-year-old black student last month in a small room on the school campus. On Monday, the Toronto District School Board said there were reports of anti-black racism at John Fisher Junior Public School. The board confirmed that due to the ongoing investigation, the principal, vice principal, and the teacher have been placed on home assignment. According to the reports, the child was locked for 30 minutes inside the cramped room. The mother also alleges her son was made to sit on a desk scribbled with distasteful words. She says he was separated from classmates during lessons. An explosion in a building in Dhaka, Bangladesh has led to 140 wounded, killing at least 15 people. The office building was located in a bustling part of the capital. The explosion shook the 4th and 5th floors of the building. So far, the cause of the incident is not clear. Hundreds of firefighters gathered to help the victims evacuate the building. Bangladesh has been dealing with industrial disasters in the past too. In 2013, 1,100 people died when another garment factory collapsed in the vicinity of Dhaka. Monitoring groups blame the country's corruption and lack of accountability for the disasters. A Muslim American civil rights group has filed a lawsuit against Missouri prison officials for depriving the inmates of the right to practice religion freely. The lawsuit was filed in the last week of February by the Council on American Islamic Relations on behalf of the Muslim prisoners. According to the lawsuit, a group of 9 Muslims praying together were told to stop by a corrections officer. The inmates say they had prayed together 3 times earlier in the day and hundreds of times in the months before. At the same instance, 20 officers reached the scene. 4 inmates stopped praying, stepping away. 2 were put in handcuffs. The 5 others were pepper sprayed and handcuffed. One of the prisoners was beaten, says the lawsuit. The guards then proceeded to isolate 7 of them, with pepper spray still covering their bodies and eyes. They were not giving any medical treatment or cleaning supplies. The lawyer for the inmates says they do not, quote, lose their most basic rights upon entering prison. Deaf Muslims of Canada, a charitable organisation, is making religious accessibility easier for deaf and hard of hearing Muslims. The aim of the charitable organisation is to make Islamic teachings accessible to the deaf community of all ages. Shahinda Hamdi, the program manager of the organisation, says that there was a need to provide accessibility to the deaf and hard of hearing community. Hamdi says, unfortunately, this need is often overlooked in the hearing community. The organisation runs Islamic classes for families with special needs and teaches American Sign Language, or ASL, so that communication becomes easier. The trial of a man allegedly involved in war crimes in Bosnia has begun this week in federal court. Canadian government lawyers are arguing that the resident of Mount Hope, Ontario, should be stripped of his citizenship and deported. Bozo Josepovic is accused of lying about his military involvement in the Bosnian War when he first applied as a refugee in 1997. The evidence presented to court includes Josepovic's involvement in the Croatian Defence Council, also known as the HVO. The HVO operated in Bosnia in the early 1990s. In 1993, the HVO captured a group of Muslim neighbors in Josipovic's hometown. 7 of them were killed. Josipovic has been barred from entering the US after facing similar accusations 10 years ago. A new hijab company, Hayat Co., is supplying its hijabs to Winners and Marshalls stores across the country. Dina Ibrahim, the owner of the company, says the goal is to make hijabs more accessible to Muslim women. She says till now, Muslim women had to pay a visit to ethnic stores or ship their hijabs from other countries. Ibrahim created Hayat Co. during the pandemic while being enrolled in an undergraduate psychology degree at Mount Royal University in Calgary. She felt a lack of representation in the hijab options available. This inspired her to create a brand that is accessible and diverse for the needs of the Muslim community in Canada. Thanks for watching. This is Muslim News Canada on Muslim Network TV. If you like what we do, please share, like, and subscribe. Stay safe and God bless.